Yeah? What? What do you want?
Oh,
Huh?
what?
We finished.
Yeah,
Is that it?
yeah, that's it.
Welcome, everyone, to Shelfside Spurs show. Avec moi, Rezinator. Also avec Ranjit, this side. And also avec Onion Ring Cock Hooplegit. You know? So as you can see, we are shortening the gap between starting and going rude. So fuck it, as I always say. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Shelfside Spurs show. First show back after a brief break last week caused by over full schedules and absolutely shitty results. Which
No, we couldn't be asked. Basically, we couldn't be asked. So sorry.
Yeah, because I mean it was after the Man United game, which fuck it is all I can say. Absolute balls. Absolute balls.
Rez, you can't say that. We've just had an email from Sanjay.
Oh no! Oh, hold on. Let me look 1 second. There we go. Dear Shelfside Spurs show, I like your stream. I watch it every week, and every week you upset me more and more because it's totally my business what you do on your stream. Lots of love and anger, Panjay Munar. There you go. Well, that's Sanjay, as Bob might say.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I meant to type Junior on the end of that.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's from Yuku. Oh, that's fine. Okay, no, that's understandable, of course. So Panjay Munar Jr., aka Onion Ring Cock Hooplegit. Lots of people in the chat. We will obviously do the name check at the end, but big up to everyone who's joined us. Thank you for tuning in. It's a bit of an outdated thing to say these days, isn't it? To thank you for tuning in, because you don't really sort of tune in YouTube. Do you? You got like a little adjuster knob thing?
Yeah, it's more of a sort of a comfort thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, it's sort of
so to hang the old onion rings on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, I mean, I have to say at this point, Cooper, that you do find a lot of uses for onion rings. Obviously, for helping to tune into YouTube, for playing Hoopla with. It's your versatility is quite admirable. I have to say, I'm impressed.
All I'm saying is Burger King is not just for eating, is it?
No. Well, it's not just for eating exclusively. I mean, obviously, you do have to eat, but you can also use it for other things and then eat. You know,
I don't see why you should be forced to eat.
Eating the onion rings after you've played.
Well, yeah, eventually.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously,
you're always looking for it to be a team sport, but it never is it?
Well, it depends on who you're playing it with. You know, some people enjoy it. I think you just got to find the right partner. You know, to be willing to play the game with you, because obviously, I mean, if you're throwing it onto your own, it's not much of a challenge. You just sort of like drop it, you know, and thing. Whereas if there's some distance and they're sort of like flinging it across a space, you know, that presents a challenge, I think.
Such as cyclists or something, passing cyclists.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's the outdoor version. So there's two versions of it. You know, you've got the indoor version, which, you know, you play in a room with, you know, massage oils and candles, and then you play the outdoor version where you stand on a fence, and just basically a little way down the road there's someone handing out the onion rings, and as they ride or sometimes drive, you know, there is a motorist version as well, they just sort of like fling it as they go past, and if they get it on, win a prize. Oh yeah.
Probably an hour, yeah. Let's go for an hour.
I'm literally fucking confused about what the hell you just spoke about, but anyway.
I don't know either, if I'm being honest.
I do know what is good for cooking onion rings, and that's air fryers. So Sophie,
is that right?
Sophie has recently told a tale of woe and sorrow on Facebook.
Really?
That's that young Iggy bought young Sophie an air fryer as a gift. Mainly because he was sick
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, or I bought you a gift. Here's an air fryer. Get in the kitchen.
Where's my dinner?
Where's my fucking dinner? And I think Iggy had got obviously upset because he had to do the washing up because Sophie couldn't be bothered, and she was like having a coffee every time. Another one of Sophie's famous Facebook stories. The cleaning and the coffee, like Beauty and the Beast. It's cleaning and the coffee. So this air fryer, Sophie had an air fryer, and she's gone on record publicly. I think it'll be on the 10 o'clock news tonight that she apologizes profusely to young Iggy for cussing him in the social media world. So, yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
It's always...
No, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, it's always interesting to find out who's doing the washing up in that household, isn't it? You tune into Bubble Quest, your tales from the kitchen.
Anyway,
I do get a discount. I do, but no, Sophie. Look, this is like Sophie. I think we need to do a regular feature of Sophie's tales, or it's like Disney, but kind of a shitter version. So, yeah,
or better.
Anyway.
It started already like nonsense. The first 8 minutes, I don't think anyone knows where the hell we're going with this.
I don't think we are. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone knows where we are.
There's a quiz apparently. Have you done one?
No, we're just going to ask a completely random.
We're just ad-lib it.
This Cliver has to be the most prepared shelf-side Spurs show ever. I think it was done by Tuesday. Everything
apart from the guests.
Apart from the guests,
but it's all good. It's all good. It's all fantastic stuff, and I think that really it should prompt everyone who's watching to seduce the like and subscribe buttons.
Ooh, saucy.
Yeah, I mean, really, just lay it down and just give it the night of its life. You can do it together. You can do the like and the subscribe button together. You can do them singly, but romance it. Really romance it.
The sort of last chicken nugget and bit of sauce in the pot sort of style. Just
exactly.
But also, Rez, I've noticed now. Look, I don't know. We're going to have to call him Iggy Prince TV now, because we've got Iggy Prince TV, Iggy Prince Radio, Iggy Prince Air Fryer, Iggy Prince mobile phone. I mean, this is new.
Yeah,
this is new. So
it's a whole conglomerate. So this is the Iggy Prince TV subsidiary of the Iggy Prince global conglomerate. So yeah. I mean,
it'll be an NFT or something in soon, or what have you, won't it? So.
Yeah, in all likelihood. There you go.
Yeah,
Jake,
here we go. Big up, Jake. Yeah.
Jake has got the right idea. Oiling up the like button. That's good. I'm envisaging candles and massaging, and then just making sweet music with the buttons. When you get there, don't rush it. Take your time, ease into it, and just let's all have a great time with it, I think. So, in order to facilitate that, I think what we need is a little bit of Spurs on this day a la histoire.
Do we?
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I think so. So I've got 4 for you today.
4? You're spoiling us today.
2 football, 2 non-football.
Okay. Good.
Because we like to educate people here, as well as talk nonsense. So, the first one, on this day in 1969, the great Steve Perryman made the first of his club record 655 league appearances against Sunderland at White Hart Lane. Coover was there. What was the score, mate?
14-all.
Oh, yeah. Great game.
There you go.
Yeah. I can make it up. Nobody else will remember.
No, that's right.
In 1984, in the 84-95 season, that was
It was a long
The
season.
84-95 season, yeah. Yeah. They had a COVID outbreak.
Yeah.
They had a COVID outbreak at the end of sort of 1984 for 11 years, and then finished the season in 95.
Yeah. At half time, and all of them, it all counted as a testimonial by that time as well. So
And they squeezed in a couple of World Cups.
Yeah,
we beat Stoke 4-0. Graham Roberts penalty, a Clive Allen brace, and a John Chidozie goal was watched in front of 23,477. And
this one I was there for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Amazing.
John Chidozie was really, really rapid. He was. It was one of those players that you'd really enjoy if he scored a few more goals, but he wasn't that great. Graham Roberts, all-time legend.
He was good at getting to the goal, but couldn't finish.
Graham Roberts, one of my all-time favourite players. One of the hardest footballers ever.
There was 2 goals scored in each half, and miraculously, unlike yesterday, 2 were scored in the 45th minute and 2 were scored in the 90th minute. So,
wow.
Interesting fact if that ever comes up on a quiz, which it probably won't.
And an 11-year gap between all of the goals.
Exactly. On this day in 1904, the New York subway opens. And that's the trains, not the sandwich place.
Not the sandwich shop,
Right, okay.
And it wouldn't be Shelfside Spurs. But in 1970, the Controlled Substance Act becomes law, outlawing cannabis, marijuana, heroin, and LSD, amongst many others.
There you go. There you are. Amazing stuff. Yes. Ooh. So that's your little dose of Spurs on this day à la histoire. Let's do the football thing and get it out of the way so we can concentrate on the important stuff. Right. Spurs against Sporting Clube de Portugal. Yeah. What do you reckon, guys? What are your thoughts? Nick, Ranjit.
I'm just laughing at Bob's comment. We like to educate people, says Ranjit, shouting, we have 4 today. And hold up 10 fingers. Actually, there's 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. So let's, you know.
See, that's educational.
Sorry, 10-inch. I know you didn't want to be here for the education. So yeah, my thoughts. It was a game of 2 halves, literally a game of 2 halves. I've just about got my voice back after shouting obscenities at the screen that me and Bob Spur were doing the watch along. It was a load of shit the first half. I mean, me and Bob were actually, and I know we have history of falling asleep on the stream, but the pair of us nearly fell asleep on We Are Tottenham TV, which wouldn't have gone down well.
I'd have watched.
I know, yeah. I mean, you'd have just kind of, done that.
got out the onion rings.
I was going to say, we're back on the onion rings, aren't we?
Yeah.
The onion rings are back on us.
And obviously, so yeah, I mean, the only highlight really is it was this man's birthday. So big up, Carl Simpson.
Happy birthday, Carl.
That was the only real highlight. And then the second half came, and we decided to play football probably for the first time in about 3 games. And yeah, there was a contentious decision. However, it was the right decision. And we should have probably buried the game before that because Dyer had a chance. And someone put in the comments, actually, why are you not being positive? Dyer could have scored a hat-trick. Well, Dyer's shit. Yeah. And if it had fallen to anyone else, then we would have won that game easily and not even had to worry about KG.
The operative words there are could have.
Yes, along the
Which-
lines of I could have won the lottery if I'd picked the correct numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bob's
Cougar, I mean-
highlight was trying out the new crispy chicken.
Yeah,
So-
good. Kuva, game of two halves. What is it about Spurs that we can't seem to start well and play well and finish well? What is happening here?
You've got to say we're a little bit shit for at least half a game every game.
Why though? Is there? Can anyone identify a reason, or is it just something ephemeral? Is it something here?
Yes, it's your mental state that's caused it, Rez. Clearly.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I think perhaps it is the state of mind. It's the mental conditioning. I'm wondering if, with this method of play that Conte likes to employ, we're soaking up all the pressure, absorbing all the shots coming in, and then breaking on the counter. Everything needs to be perfection. And I'm wondering if some of these players crack under that sort of strain, rather than just having a more open playing style that they're more comfortable with. They're having to play with this rigid formation, do the job perfectly, otherwise it's not going to work. And I just don't think some of these are up to the job. They're just not great under pressure. We've seen this for a long time with our team, though.
Speaking of crack,
I get it. And I don't know why
welcome Bobby K.
Oh, okay. I don't know why Hugo came out and said, we want to play like we did the second half, but there's a lot of games. Well, that's your fucking job to play football.
Yeah.
Not fucking sit there and say, oh, sorry, I'm getting paid £200,000 a week and I have to play 3 games of football and travel the world and blah, 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 blah.
No, absolutely right. Absolutely. Oh well, I was about to go to Bobby K, but he can't hear us. So, Bobby, tell us what you thought of the game. He thought wave. Never mind.
He thought wave. His microphone's off. He's on mute.
Something. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, this was plugged in. What was the question?
Okay.
Hi.
What did you think of the game yesterday?
Ooh, okay. First half really bad.
So I don't know why I'm here. Sorry. Here you go.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
I even got my
Sorry.
Tottenham sweater. I wore it to school today.
Yeah. Finally, some cogent analysis. Christ alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us. He's all right. He looks fine. Jesus H.
You're worse than I am. Hurry up.
Okay. So for the first half, it was really, really trash. We played really bad. And we let them score that good goal from.
Okay, just a sec. Just one sec. Before you carry on, just one sec. There's something in your field of view. Can you just reach to your side, just push whatever it is that. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, carry on.
The kid with the best hair on YouTube by Country Mile. Thank you. Thank you.
That's coming from Iggy.
Thank you, Iggy.
Right.
I think he's got no hair.
Yeah,
That's why he
Right.
appreciates it more.
yeah. Silence from the crowd, please. Carry on.
Sorry, Mr. Nez.
Big up, Stuart. Okay. So first half, pretty bad. We let them score that wicked goal from Edwards.
You can say they were shit the first half. It's fine.
I'm allowed?
It's shelf side, yeah.
I'm allowed?
Oh, yeah.
We were really shit this first half. And then
What's your language? Oh.
And then we were pretty bad until the 55th minute, and then we started attacking more. Pardon?
Go on. Patty said that.
Oh, hi, Patty!
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Sorry. We were really bad at the first 55 minutes, and then we kind of stepped up the pace. Kane's goal. Bentancur's goal really helped us. I think we started pressing a lot more in the dying 10 minutes. 20. 10. And then Kane scored that wicked goal in the 95th minute. to make it 2-1. But the referee that ref the Champions League final, that gave Musa Sissoko that handball that gave Liverpool the penalty, that ref just kind of like
Was it that ref?
Yeah, it was.
Well, same VAR.
Same VAR.
Yeah, VAR ref, right? Okay.
So yeah, too much hair. I don't like him.
You know, Uncle Bob's.
Yeah, too less hair. You have too much of a tiny head.
There you go. Bob
And
just got
that's
told.
about it. Like, I really think Kane's goal should have counted, especially since like literally only a fraction of his head was off, which I think is a bit harsh to
It was kneecap, actually.
kneecap
Yeah.
and a fraction of his head.
Oh, okay. So to
That
the
was
ref, you can say
offside.
peace.
Peace.
Only if you consider Royale's header to have been the same phase of play. That's the thing. Whereas it was knocked onto a defender and then deflected into Kane's path.
Yeah.
So that's the issue for me. Absolutely. Yeah. No. I agree. I mean, I tried to sort of say how aggrieved I was yesterday on We Are Tottenham TV. I think it was even if, let's say, for instance, it was offside.
It was
the issue
offside.
here-
It was offside.
It
wasn't
wasn't.
offside.
It was
It hit the
offside.
defender in that one to him.
Yeah.
They
But
changed the
let's
rule.
say, for instance, let's put that aside. The actual decision. Let's say it was completely correct, and everyone agrees on that score. The issue here is that VAR is brought in to catch clear and obvious errors.
Yeah.
If you're taking 4 minutes to decide whether or not the error was clear and obvious, it's not clear and obvious. So that should have stood. And I would say the same if the decision was gone against us. They've got to get the decision done. If you can't make a decision within 30 seconds, and before anyone says that's not a lot of time, it's actually longer than you might think. Yeah? Sit and do nothing for 30 seconds and you'll see how long it actually is. If you can't make a decision within 30 seconds based on the information you have, the decision should stand. Yeah? Because only a clear and obvious error is necessary. So, as far as I was concerned, we were robbed. Fuck that referee. And
you watch your language.
Yeah.
Fuck, Rez.
Yeah, Rez.
Yeah, Rez.
Yeah, because I'm not in
The fuck, Rez.
We were robbed. We were robbed.
Right. Listen. He's in a Canadian school. They all swear like pirates anyway.
Yeah, look at his dad.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
What?
So yeah, ultimately, I
one.
think we were robbed. I think we didn't. What Mark Cousins said earlier, saying that we were shit and didn't deserve anything. I agree with the first part. We were shit, absolutely, Mark. But in this particular instance, we did actually deserve it. We did deserve to win that game purely because we actually did wake up at some point and start playing, and then showed how poor Sporting actually are. You know, this is a club that's fourth in the Portuguese league. They are not supposed to be a particular threat to us, and yet we made them look in the first half like prime Barcelona. And the BT commentators all wanking themselves silly over how fantastic Sporting were. No, they weren't. We made them look good. In the second half, it was a completely different story, and we actually had them penned into their thing. Yes, we were shit in the first half, but we did deserve to win that, I think. So,
do you know what was the clear and obvious error?
Yeah.
They were shocked that Emerson headed the ball to Harry Kane.
I know.
Via a deflection as well, but they were
Yeah.
a little bit shocked, and they were like, guys, I don't really know what to do here. This Emerson guy was in the area. I think we're just gonna have to give it no goal. It can't be,
because otherwise the world will end.
He was probably trying to control it on his thigh or something. That's what I'll put it down to.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's go round. Let's look at thing. And
What would have been impressive was if it was a no-look header.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I really want to see that now.
I don't know who to give this one to, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure who to start with. Let's go with Kuva. Talk about Hugo.
Average. Nothing special all game. Argument that he probably should have saved the goal. Bit harsh perhaps, but I mean we expect more from Hugo, I think. Otherwise he was okay, not brilliant with his distribution as always, but that's what you expect. Nothing special. I think average 6 out of 10 mark for me.
I think we need to have a conversation about Hugo because there have been some worrying signs recently. What do you make of his recent form overall?
Well, it's erratic and full of errors, isn't it? But I think with this defense, it doesn't matter if you bring in Fraser Forster; it's still going to be errors all over the pitch. It's just a nervous backline and a keeper that goes with it. Poor quality when on the ball, as we've had for years now.
Bobby, is it the defense causing confidence errors with Hugo? Is it Hugo causing confidence errors with the defense, or is it, as Kuva is saying, it's just they're all shit and just really shouldn't be playing football for Spurs?
As far as I'm concerned, it's Hugo, because at the end of the day, there's one man on that pitch wearing the captain's armband that's supposed to be leading by example, and that is the general, and that's supposed to be setting the calm, setting the tone, setting the everything. Basically, there's one leader, and he's clearly not leading if this is what's happening in front of him. So if we're going to point fingers, at the end of the day, they get pointed where they need to be pointed. As far as I'm concerned, if he is the captain of our team and he should be the one that is leading by example, the way he's leading right now, the example he's setting is dog shit. And that's why everybody in front of him is dog shit. He's the thing is, we go from praising him one game to slandering him the next game, and oh, please do, Bob. You join in the toilet all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's why for me personally, I think it's strictly first Hugo and then everybody else in front of him. The fact that that goal that Callum Wilson scored because of what Hugo did with his stupid sweeper keeper attempt, and then he almost got caught again with it yesterday. Those are I'm not blaming defenders for those, because he chose to come out and he made the wrong choices. He's palming balls away that he should be catching. He's putting balls back into opposition feet. Even when we have the ball, he's not unable to get it up to anywhere past the midfield, basically. At best, he'll get it up to Kane, who flicks it on to nobody because he can't flick it onto himself because he's obviously too far back. And we have no jish. And it's so funny you say that, because Big K is a big Neuer fan, and that's what he exactly said when Hugo did that. He's like, get back in your net. You're not Neuer. And that's where we got to start. But it's almost kind of like what Kuva said. We're so unsettled now. The defense is so unsettled that it doesn't matter who you put in net. They're still going to be unsettled. So who's going to calm the storm?
So one of our regulars, Iggy, is questioning him just being captain, in actual fact, not just but him being captain of the side. Nick, what do you reckon? I mean, is it time to say goodbye to Lloris? Is it a case of thank you very much for 10 years of service, but really we can't afford you anymore?
Yeah, no, I think we're doing what we're always doing. We're spending too long. We're being nostalgic. There's talk of Dyer and Davis getting new contracts, which is utter nonsense. Hugo, obviously the same. But yeah, I think, look, he, in terms of a captain, it's very hard. You know, if that was the captain coming out like we said earlier about, oh, we're tired and you know we can't play with that intensity because there's lots of games and everything else. That's not really what you want your captain to be coming out and saying. You know, unfortunately, I think it is time to say, you know, look, the game's evolved. We saw what happened with Joe Hart. Man City went and won the league, and then they got rid of Joe Hart, who was arguably at the time the best keeper in the league, because he wasn't what Pep wanted, and he wasn't what the future of goalkeeping requires. It's not just shot stopping anymore. They need to be able to distribute. I mean, God's sake, bloody Man City's keeper. There was talk of him taking the penalties when they went through that run of 10 or 12 misses or whatever it was. Ridiculous. And I think it breeds, like Bobby said, it breeds confidence. And at the moment, there's no confidence because every time the ball comes to him, he's either kicking it out into the crowd or he's putting the players under pressure. And that is then leading to mistakes. And then that's leading to goals. I mean, Dyer nearly, put it through his own net at the week, against Newcastle. Yeah. Hugo is putting people under pressure. And I think there's a lot, there's two or three, candidates or, in that midfield that I would say, probably Højbjerg, that would do a better job than I mean, I don't know what Hugo can say when from his goal area when, we're in
that's some would argue that, a goalkeeper can't really be a captain, or even though there's an argument to say, well, he sees the whole field, he can't really be a captain because often, especially if the team is advanced up the pitch, what instructions is he going to be able to give to the team from his goal? Is that a valid argument, Kuba, that really you shouldn't be appointing your goalkeeper as your captain?
I think he could give some valuable instructions from the goal. Eric, turn around the other way.
Emerson, open your eyes when you pass the ball.
The other question that occurs is this. So we brought in, at the moment, our two sort of first team goalies are Hugo Lloris, coming up 36, Fraser Forster, who is 35,
somewhere around that. Yeah.
Let's say, I mean, even if we wanted to drop Lloris, I'm not advocating yay or nay, but even if we wanted to drop Lloris, would Forster be any different?
He's no better with his feet either. He's not good on the ball. We've got two similar keepers in that way. I think the only difference for me would be Forster's more able to command his area. He's a big lad, and he will dominate aerially when we're in trouble that way. But otherwise, take your pick. That neither of them does the job. I think we should be looking at somebody like Henderson. I think most fans are quite sort of hot for Henderson, if you like.
Yeah, but the trouble is, Cooper, I think the trouble is he's going to have that much of a good season that I think he'll go back and De Gea will get pushed out and
possibly. There's a lot of decent goalkeepers about though. Have to make sure you pick the right one rather than a panic signing on the 31st
Swifty's had enough. So sorry, Swifty. Oh, look at this stranger in the house.
He's turned into an Aston Villa fan.
Yeah.
Why not? Next up, Bobby.
Hello.
Our returning Irishman, Matt Doherty. What did you think of his performance?
That was to Stuart's comment, not to Matt Doherty.
Oh, sorry, that was it. I was given done. I was done. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's how phenomenal he was, as far as I was concerned. What absolutely drives me crazy is I don't understand why when we have those two there, Spence, no matter what he's doing in training, is not getting a crack even. I don't understand. I just don't understand. There's no way there's no way somebody's going to convince me that kid can be worse than what those two have been doing. What did he have? What did he do? What did he do yesterday? He had one shot right at the goalie.
He got in
Pretty much. He was in a nice open
He got into
space.
some very dangerous areas and did put some crosses in.
Emerson gets into dangerous spaces too because
Does
the
he?
opposition knows they can't do shit, so it's okay. Let them be open.
Yeah.
I saw Doherty. I saw Doherty put a cross in from the byline. I've not seen Emerson do that.
Okay,
I think
so
to be fair, the dangerous area.
thing.
Yeah, the dangerous areas you really want to see Doherty and Emerson is possibly up on the roof or something like that.
Right. Any other takers? Any other views, or are we saying that Doherty didn't play well?
I think they're just both crap.
Yeah.
And
What
when
he said.
and Brian Hill when he came on,
Energetic.
Mhm.
That's it, really. I don't. Still no real end result with it, was there? I think because he won a penalty and that possibly had a chance to score in a previous match that we're now equating his energy levels to effectiveness, and I don't really see it. One thing he does bring that the others don't is it's what we always thought Lucas Moura is supposed to be doing: pick up the ball and then run aggressively with it at the opposition. But we don't even really get that from Lucas anymore.
No. Did we really get it from Hill? I mean, did he do anything with it when he was sort of trying to deploy trickery around the opposition?
End result wise, not an awful lot, was there? It was involved a bit anyway. It was better performance than we've seen from him at other times.
Yeah, but I think it was Coover, and you're right. It was a good 20 odd minutes, but people jizzing all over him like, oh my god, he needs to start, he needs to do this. Gill's amazing, blah blah. So it's 20 minutes in like 2 seasons or whatever it is. Start doing it.
So most of us can manage at our age.
Yeah. Yeah, couple of weak dribbles, right?
and a whole lot of hoopla.
I'm sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, he's just trying to get Henry.
Yeah, sorry, Henry needs a bit of love. Sorry.
Got to clear the onion of Henry.
No more, Nick. No more.
Okay, so obviously, as Nick is busy with the Hoover, we'll come back to you, Coover. Talk to us about Romero. I personally thought that he did a couple of things that were signs of the old Romero coming back. But what did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I mean, there was like a. I think he was trying too much to be like his old self, wasn't he? He was very aggressive at times, way over the top with some of the aggression. But it's like he was maybe he's trying to sort of G the team up by doing that, showing that the game matters and put himself about more. And I think he let his performance down a little bit by overdoing it. He didn't show the usual sort of calmness on the ball that he has done in, especially last season. It was a mixed bag. I think it was okay. It wasn't terrible. I think just over trying really. It's sort of catching amongst that. Sorry,
compensating for slightly underform this
compensating for only managing a few weak dribbles.
Yeah. Phil P is in the house. Woo! There we go. Okay. Bobby, anything on Romero from you?
I just, I know everybody's slagging Dyer for the way he slipped and let Marcus go sliding right through the middle and making that 50-yard run, but the way Romero just kept backing away really bugged me. I know we're seeing shades of what we saw from last season, but if we're comparing the way he finished this season compared to the way he's been this season thus far, I think he's been way below his own standard. So
let's move on to the next defender. Oh God, Eric Dyer.
World class.
Fantastic. There you go. Okay, so yeah, you're bigging Jay up here. No, seriously, Eric Dyer.
Yeah, Eric Dyer, phenomenal.
Greg is saying that we've been too harsh on Dyer. He's playing too many games. A lack of concentration is biological.
I'm going to go with what Greg says. I think we've been too harsh on Dyer, and I think he's playing too many games and a lack of.
Kuva, Eric Dyer. He's not muted now, guys. He's
Oh, I'm not. Oh, okay.
Dyer, he was losing out every time he had to do something. And then when he had any opportunities to sort of redeem himself with 3 headers from inside the 6-yard box, couldn't even hit the target. It's hopeless. He's just a bad player. I don't think we are being too harsh with him. He was rubbish many years ago. We should have got rid of him while Pochettino was still here. Yeah, here he is in the first team and going, apparently breaking into the England team again. That's the only good thing about Eric Dyer. I've said this on a previous stream. Him breaking into the England team is fantastic news for the World Cup because you can pair up with Maguire and we can come home early and save Kane's legs a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, he could have won us that game. He could have won us that game beforehand. And I don't know. I think in the same way that I think Harry Winks has finished his time at Spurs, I think so has Eric Dyer. You can't fault him for trying, but we need more than trying. No. You're getting him mixed up with Harry Maguire.
It's not one of these statues on Easter Island. I don't remember any of them pointing.
No, that's right. They don't have arms. Yeah.
Take away Eric Dyer's arms, he can't play at all.
Yeah,
more can't play at all. More can't play at all. More can't play at all on
Can't play more with the thing. I don't know. Nick, talk to us about Davis.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
So yes to Davis, yes to contract extension.
No, Davis was as effective or ineffective as Doty. At least he wasn't stupid enough to put himself in a position where he could have won the game, could have scored a hat-trick. Yeah. So
right.
Okay. Trying to think of a good analogy for Davis. If Sophie forces Iggy to go and clean the cooker, and he grabs a bottle of Mr. Muscle, and there's only a tiny little bit of liquid left in the bottom of the bottle, and he has to fill it up with water and make do. That's Davis.
Yeah, good analogy.
It's like a diluted version of a defender.
Yeah, diluted half the job done sort of thing.
Fair enough. That's not so bad. Okay, so let's talk about the defensive substitutions as well. We'll throw it open to everyone. Sanchez and Longley.
For me, easy, almost irrelevant, really. We're on the front foot at that point. There were going to be breakaway goals. I don't think it's necessarily a good to even mark them so late in the game with such a wildly open game at that point. But they just didn't stand out, I suppose.
The one person that did stand out, Kuva, is Chicken Royale with his no-look pass that
He's
was
no look
Amazing.
majestic. It was like he was in that Burger King restaurant making his chicken royale. They'd thrown the bun to him, and he just thrown it the other way without looking.
Amazing.
Yeah, like exactly like that, Bobby.
Absolutely amazing. Onto the wings. Perisic.
Much like Emerson in Burger King, onto the wings.
Much like onto the wings, absolutely. Yeah. Perisic. Nick. Are we worried? Are we worried about Perisic?
No, I think he is what he is. He's a 33-year-old player that cannot handle 2 games a week, let alone 3 games a week, and has been underwhelming because can't defend and he can just about attack. And that may sound harsh, but in every game that I've watched this season, when Emerson's been playing, they've been attacking down Perisic's side and not Emerson's side, purely because he's 33 and he hasn't had the impact, let's just say, that we probably all... Yes, okay, at the start there was 2 or 3 assists, but it's not really kicked on. It's not had the impact for Sessegnon. Very, very underwhelming. So, yeah. We were talking about this last night, me and Bob, and we said the 2 most underwhelming players this season have been probably Perisic and Romero. Based on, and this is based on what we know, and what they're capable of, not basing them on, saying that they're worse than Emerson Royale, because no one's like that. So.
Is he better? Is he a better choice than Sessegnon?
I don't really see a difference, if I'm honest.
I think it's with those 2 is take your pick. Do you want somebody that's vaguely better at defending with Sessegnon? Not a lot. Or do you want a sort of regular output of some sort of creativity forward with Perisic? I mean, for me, last night he had a very quiet game up until that half-hour period in the second half, and then he was a consistent source of quality delivery of the ball. It was nothing spectacular, but he looked like assured with what he did, and he helped us maintain a sort of attacking intent for that last half hour. I thought he played quite well at that point, but if you look at it, the game as a whole, again, it's underwhelming, isn't it? It's only, we're looking at half an hour he did something, and an hour of not very much at all.
Yeah, a bit worrying. So onto the other wing. We're going to change the sort of order slightly. Onto the other wing. Lucas Moura.
What he said.
I think we're being a bit harsh for him. He's obviously been out a long time, but a lot of people have said he's kind of checked out. He wants to go back home, and you can't expect someone that's been out for, and no one really knows why he was out and what he was out for, just to come in and pick off where he's had some injuries the last couple of seasons, which have kind of made things disjointed. Obviously, there's been however many manager changes as well. So yeah, I think Ben doesn't hold any punches here. He said he should never play for Tottenham again. He's been utterly shit for years. I actually thought,
is that fair?
No, I actually thought the start of last season he was probably one of our better players. Just goes to show what happens. Gets injured or doesn't fit the system or what have you. But yeah, I think Peter sums it up. Moura, Cheerios. It's been nice. And Mark says he runs up blind alleys. Did okay though. So yeah, I don't know. Look, I think when it's very easy the way that we're playing at the moment to pick out the bad and not put any context around it, so to speak, in terms of being out there. Emerson is bad because he's not a footballer. Moura is bad because he's not played. So yeah, it's but then like Ben says, 3 goal involvements in 40-odd games for an attacker is shocking, which it is. So obviously he's been on the phone to Will Stewart. So
yeah, okay.
For me, it's
the other wing.
I was going to say Moura is easy Mora's living off that reputation of Amsterdam without doubt.
Yep.
That's always. He's a bit like Aaron Lennon in some ways. Plays a blinder once every 15 to 18 games. And then you're waiting for a long time of a lot of hopefulness, but not a lot happening from it. At least I think Mora's just been poor for us overall. Been really disappointed. Not even got 20 league goals out of him in his entire Spurs career. And that's a forward. With his amount of skill, it should be a lot different. For me, he was the worst player on the pitch by a country mile, and that includes Emerson.
Fair enough. Bear with. So we're going to come.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to carry. I was just breathing. Yeah, every attack.
In a second, but I want to talk about the other wing as well with Sonny. That's the other prong. What do we make of his performance?
Sonny is not Sonny right now. He's a shadow of his former self. Don't know what's going on there. 3 league goals, all in one game. His touch hasn't been that great. He had one shot that he curled from the box straight into the goalie on the ground there. Not much power behind it. I don't know what's going on. Is this a combination of what's going on tactically with Perisic and him not being able to work together on that side? Is there something wrong with Sonny himself? Is he got some sort of a hoodoo on him now that he won the Golden Boot? But he's clearly not the former Sonny that we are all used to seeing lighted up. And there's if our big guys aren't going to show up and turn up and start firing, then we've got really, really big problems coming up further ahead.
Right. And Kane? It's free, guys.
Yeah, go on then. Kane, got to say, pretty disappointing. He was fading in and out of the game right the way through. Could have had that winner at the end. Although I'm with Nick. If you look at it technically, it wasn't a goal. It was offside, I mean, but VAR decision's something else anyway. I think we're worse off for this rubbish. I thought Kane was just woefully, well, not woefully, but really off form. Rarely getting a touch in the game. Ineffective throughout. I thought he was going to be turning up tonight. We needed him, and he wasn't there. We've seen that a few times in the Champions League from him.
So, are we? I mean, again, we're going to come to the central midfield in a second. Are we essentially a little bit fucked in that? Who else do we bring in? It was who was it? I mean, Kelvin put it. Bench him for who? Doesn't that apply?
Oh, sorry, are we talking about Sonny or Kane?
I'm just talking. Doesn't that apply to basically the whole of the squad?
I'll get you. Yeah,
barring one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So you bench Dyer. Who'd you bring in? Davinson Sanchez. You bench Romero. Let's say. Who'd you bring in? Davinson Sanchez.
Yes.
You
say it one more time.
You bring in Sesson.
Davinson Sanchez.
Davinson Sanchez.
Sorry. I just saw a pattern there. Sorry.
I mean, is it a case of we just don't have the depth, this lauded depth that we were all talking about, that we were hoping for? Is that just wholly absent, given the injuries that we've got as well?
Yeah, I think if you take out a couple of key players, like let's assume Hugo's still top of his game, or Romero, Kane, Son. If you take them out, it's a really average team, mid-table team. I think Bentancur's just starting to shine lately, but that's really one of the few highlights. Him and Højbjerg really holding the team. Notice stuff there. Oh yeah, I've got them in there. I was going to say you didn't have them on the list then for a second, but I forgot your little abbreviations, Roddy and Peh. But yeah,
fancy, Cuba. It's fancy.
We are just lacking quality, and that is quality and depth as well as the first 11. We're just in bad shape. It's been allowed to happen over the course of several years, so it's not getting fixed in a hurry. It's quite right when people say, "Oh, we've got to be patient with it," but that's because we haven't got any choice. What I'm angry about is we're in this position in the first place.
Yeah. That makes sense. Welcome, Jacob. Joining us.
Big up, man.
Cracking. How we doing?
From rainy, thundery, haily, snowy El Paso, I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't actually.
No, I just took a shower.
That's
man,
cool.
that's like the scene from like I'm a Celebrity, the like shower, the waterfall scene. I can just imagine Jacob in there with his hair just.
I was listening to y'all while I was in the shower too.
Like a
So.
shampoo advert.
Yeah.
Herbal Essences shampoo. That's the sort of. There you go.
There you go. On my way.
We all just got moist. So thanks for that, Jacob. I appreciate it.
I'm dripping right now, so I'm glad.
So, yeah.
So am I, but that's age again, isn't it?
Let's come on to the central midfield because look, it could be argued that that's pretty much the only position where we've actually got some depth, some real proper depth. How did Højbjerg? We've got another specific question about Højbjerg to come to shortly, but Højbjerg and Bentancur. Jacob, you just arrived, so welcome.
And that was perfect timing for Jacob because everyone loves how Jacob says Bentancur.
Absolutely.
Are we going to start calling him Air Bentancur?
One more time, Jacob.
Bentancur.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bentancur.
Keep going. I'm nearly done.
Yeah, okay.
Almost there. Almost there.
Almost there. No, I mean, I didn't know he could jump like that. I didn't know Bentancur had hops. But he got up and over that keeper. It was pretty impressive. I think he needs a sponsorship from Air Jordan, just because that man, he got up and he got the goal. I really didn't think it was actually him when I watched it live. I thought it was someone else. But obviously after the replay, it was a hell of a goal. I'm really impressed with him. He's taking shots on from distance, which is something I think when he came in January last season that he seemed a little timid of. He did it once and then like never again the rest of the season. It seems like this season he got that goal. He started shooting from outside the box. So that's right. Bentancur was very saucy. He was very.
Even I'm moist now.
No, but I mean, I'm really impressed with him.
That's exactly what we're going for.
Yeah.
Okay. And Højbjerg?
I thought he struggled. I thought he struggled quite a bit. That first goal with Marcus Edwards, I know he was trying to clean up Eric Dyer's mistake. But, I mean, when you're used to the man being able to pick up the trash, it's like if he fails to do so, it draws your eyes. So I thought that was a little suspect. I thought his passing was a little suspect. You know, most games he's 50-50 whether his passing is going to be accurate or not. And I just thought this was one of those games where he seemed to struggle. I don't know if it was a fitness thing because he didn't play over the weekend. I don't know if could be what it was. He just didn't look like himself. And I'm actually interested into why Bissouma didn't come on at all, or why we didn't see Skip at all either.
So, guys, the midfield duo last night, and also the wider question. We all said that we were getting swamped in midfield and that we needed to play 3. We played 3 against Man U and got fucked. We played 3 against Newcastle and got fucked. We played 2 against Sporting and got fucked. What's the problem here?
We like getting fucked.
We like getting fucked.
We like the fuck.
We like
the fuck. Feel a pocket great. Big up, Sanjay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
What is the solution to our midfield problem, if that is the problem there? Because we've got the numbers, but it seems nothing seems to want to work in that central midfield. They can't even protect, seemingly shield the defense.
I have a question for anyone who's actually seen Conte at any of his previous managerial positions. How crucial was the midfield to his Juve team or his Inter team or his Chelsea team even? Like, how crucial were they?
Not very.
So maybe he just thinks we can, sometimes the spare tire on your car will get you to the grocery store. It doesn't mean you can be on the highway going 80 miles an hour, but you could get to the grocery store. So I think it's a little bit of Conte's just like, I just want to get to the damn grocery store. I'm not trying to go cross country here. Let's just get the car, get it to the fucking auto shop, and hopefully we can clunk our way into January and get some reinforcements. That's kind of where I'm hoping.
Going to
Is
the
that what
grocery
we're doing?
store is probably apt because you're playing cabbages and on one wing and donuts on the other.
Yeah. Are we essentially just hanging on by our fingernails now in preparation for the transfer window?
I mean, I think we're hanging on to the World Cup break. That's what we're hanging on for.
And that's kind of what I was talking about last night, Bobby. Thank you for joining me on the pop-up with Jacob last night. But I was kind of talking about how at this juncture in the season, I don't think it's, the sky is falling on us quite yet. But this is definitely a juncture where after the World Cup, before we hit January, I'm going to be interested to see what we could do before January. And then that'll kind of solidify whether I think our squad is just complete shit or if we're going to have any hope at any of the goals that we set for the season.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on that?
Depends who's setting the goals, I think. Well, you know what it's like, my view on the chairman. If it's his goals, it's make top four, nothing else matters. So if it's win something, we're going to be way behind. Top four, we're in with a chance of it. It's going to be tough. I think the disconnect between the defence and the midfield and the midfield and the attack is going to kill us, though. I think because some of the players are quality and some of them are just absolutely average who can't play under pressure. That's why it breaks down. That's why we appear outrunning midfield sometimes, because you can't have two people doing everything. They need to have players around them that they can pass the ball to and get the ball back comfortably. You start playing triangles out of defence with Eric Dyer, you're going to get the ball. Well, you're not going to get the ball. It's just going to be lost, isn't it? Same with all. It's a lack of quality. It's a lack of belief. Even the simple passing game has gone from our team. Used to be our pride and joy was our passing game. That's been gone for years. There's no sign of it coming back anytime soon. We look for the Hollywood ball as our main way of scoring any goals. Soon as that's on the table, forget it. Easy to play against.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Right. Final thoughts on yesterday's game. Free roll. Just tell us your thinking, guys. We'll start with you, Nick. Go on.
I just noticed you've added something in, which is throwing me off. Yeah. My final thoughts are: we have 5 games between now and the World Cup. We will get a win at Marseille. We'll beat Forest in the Carabao Cup, and we'll get 9 points out of 9 in the league.
Fantastic. Excellent.
Quad is on, Goof. I'm just honestly the way things are going right now and how poor the football has been, and now the results are falling too. I just holding on right now. I think we just got to get to the World Cup break, regroup, and hope that Conte taking what we'd consider the lesser players abroad for his warm weather training during that World Cup break will hopefully bring us some results and get us to the January transfer market where we can strengthen. Right now, I think we're not hold on for dear life panic mode, but we are currently disjointed, not motivated, not in sync, not passionate, not inspired. When you have such an inspiring manager, I don't understand why we're not up for it. I just don't get it. I don't know what's going on, and I don't have that answer. But I really, really hope, for the love of God, they figure it out.
16 days left, Kuva. 16 days left till the sort of final game before the World Cup break. What do you see?
Dead people.
Yeah. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, there you go. Kuva sees dead people.
I see a renewed Netflix subscription for Wednesdays and Sundays.
I mean, we've got a tough test coming up with Liverpool. Not the next game or the game after that, but they're on the horizon. they're in terrible form. But has Dr. Tottenham had a little bit of a shot of adrenaline? Is he back again?
Dr. Tottenham's always there on steroids, isn't he? Just waiting in the cupboard.
Hiding.
Yeah, we've got some big games that we're just not up for. I think Liverpool are going to tear us apart. I think they've still got enough in them to do that. I think we're going to struggle against Bournemouth the way they've been. Well, actually, they kind of just gone off the rails a little bit recently. A couple of defeats, or not defeat, one defeat, and the goals are suddenly dried up. But you look at other things like
Tottenham to pay them a visit then.
Exactly. And having to go to Marseille and get a positive result of some kind, that is a huge ask. When's the last time we won in Europe away from home? Any European competition?
I think we've lost 10 out of 12, and we haven't won the other 2. So yeah, that tells you how long ago it was.
That's right.
Yeah,
Jacob,
so that's going to be easy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's just it, isn't it? Yeah, unless Dr. Marseille is a thing. I don't know if Dr. Marseille is a thing.
What's the French for doctor?
Doctor Marseille, we'll see you now. Please come in. What seems to be the trouble? Oh, I see. You cannot win a game in Europe. Okay, we will try to help you. Jacob, how close are you to wanting to harm yourself?
Yesterday I could have sworn that my hair was falling out because I was watching the game and grooming myself like a good kitten does. And I was petting through this. It was just like clumps of hair. And I was like, this game's going to make me go bald. No, I'm just playing. I wasn't losing hair. But I thought about actually punching my TV for a little bit. Oh, Barry, you almost done there, buddy?
Yeah, sorry. I'm done.
Shut up and keep talking.
Keep grooming.
Fuck's sake, Jacob.
All right. I'm sorry.
And the other side.
Don't just hate it. Don't just hate it when you're halfway through and she just basically stops. It's fucking annoying. Sorry.
Usually it's me who stops
or
halfway
wakes up.
through.
Yeah.
There's no time for halfway through.
Yeah, go on, Jake. Sorry.
Can you stop 3 seconds and half? I don't know if you can do that.
People get shot.
Yes.
Quicker.
Yes, Bobby, yes, yes, you can.
Bobby, there we
you
go.
pocket again.
Endorsement.
Big up that day.
Yeah.
If we lose to Bournemouth, that says to me, or even if we draw with Bournemouth, that says to me that the players are on autopilot until the World Cup, quite frankly. Because, I mean, if you just look at some of even the past 3-4 games, you've seen players pull out of 50-50s where they don't. And to me, that's alarming. I hate that I love the World Cup, but I hate that it's just in the middle of the season. Because before you're going to be playing different. Afterwards, it's likely teams are going to be playing different because of players who may have picked up nickels and knackles and what have you. So I'm concerned because we have a lot of players on our squad who are crucial to us and crucial to their national team. With that makes me a little, why don't you know French, Bobby?
He's being a cheeky shit, Stuart, Irish prick.
You're from America. They speak French in America, Bobby, don't they?
In
French
Northern
French.
America, yeah. Northwest
America.
America, they speak French, yeah.
Je m'appelle Bobby.
Yes.
I know Montreal just became Club de Football.
Well, there was always a big influence in America with the French colonization as well as British, wasn't there? So, I mean, that's why they continue some of the great French traditions, like Notre Dame.
That's right. Cruelty to geese.
What is that?
I'm not. Okay, let's draw a line. Okay, shit result. Crap VAR as far as I'm concerned. Kuva's lost it. There is a problem that we do need to address. Okay, and I've identified it. Højbjerg's nickname, right? Now, I've identified that Pierre-Emile Højbjerg's name doesn't lend itself very well to any kind of nickname. PH doesn't work. Well, this is the thing. We would like to hear suggestions, both from you guys and also from the chat as to a good nickname for PH, but it's got to be a positive one. Negative ones will come and go. We're just wondering whether or not it's possible to have a neutral or positive nickname for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg that doesn't sound shit. Nick, you're up.
I'm going to go with hobby, like a hobby horse, because he's hung like one, apparently.
Okay, right.
Oh, you
Hobby.
know.
Okay. Is this
Hobby.
is this information that's come to you from a reliable
him.
come from him? Yes. Has it come to you? Oh yeah, from a reliable source.
Yeah, it's come from an ITK tier 12. Sorry, an ITK tier 114.
Is that good?
Wow,
Yeah,
that is very good.
Okay.
That's almost 200.
that's right.
That's
Which would, of
almost
course, be the maximum.
Which would be the maximum, yeah, like points type thing, yeah. Bobby, any advance on hobby? Is hobby what you're going for?
No, I'm stealing Little K's one. Hodge burger with cheese.
Hodge burger with cheese. Is that a little bit of a mouthful?
Oh
yeah.
yes, that was what she said.
You like a big mouthful, don't you? You like
Doesn't
a big
everybody?
mouthful, right?
Oh no.
Well, this is true.
Hey,
It's absolutely-
everybody loves a mouthful of chocolate.
Not Sanjay. Sanjay doesn't.
Fuck a Sanjay.
We had an email.
Fucking a
We
guy.
had an
Fucking a
email.
why he's probably there. Fucking a wanking up. Fucking a crying and waiting for the fucking Saturday night. Fucking you, Sanjay. Hold on. Speaking
you
of
go.
fucking you, Sanjay, my nephew is here. Hi.
Fantastic. Kuva, any ideas? Anything that you'd like to call Højbjerg? Keep it clean.
Oh, well, mate, then.
Okay, Jake.
I've heard a few decent names, but instead of Højbjerg, can we just call him Højbjerg?
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg, like
That sounds like a town totally. What's it called? Totally built up with brothels. Højbjerg.
It's right next to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is right there.
Sorry,
I was
were
also
you talking
thinking,
to- what
like-
did you call me?
We
Holbag?
called you a hoe. We called you a hoe bag.
Thank you.
Paul Stewart.
Well, could go
Welsh
for
guys call
the start of his name. Yeah, just the Hoy part. And Hoy Hoy Savaloy, maybe.
Hoi, hoi.
Okay, yeah, Hoy Hoy Savaloy, yeah.
Hoy
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 sounds
afterwards.
That's very sort of Cockney centric, isn't it? That way.
It is, which is very much how he's endowed, isn't it?
Can I ask,
What,
when you
like
say
Cockney?
Cockney, are you talking about the cock or the knee?
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
It means the
You
cock
getting the
hangs
cock
to
on
knee.
your
To the
knees.
knees. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So obviously, the taller you are, the better it is for you.
Don't fucking confuse him. Explain it properly.
Okay.
I thought you were going to get the cock
We're
and
just
you're
gonna
on your
call him-
knees. No?
Yeah, we'll just call him Meat.
Yes, meat. I like that. Yeah, call him meat. Yeah, slab.
I call him the janitor because he's just always cleaning up messes and no one appreciates him.
I like it. Yeah.
That's good. That's quite good. I like that one. Yeah, that is very good. Just for people's edification, the term Cockney actually comes from the Dutch cock and eye, which means I think it's something to do with an egg, a cockerel egg, basically. Obviously, because cockerels can't lay eggs, a Cockney is a cockerel egg, which means something that is untrustworthy. So that's where the actual term originates from.
Also, it's not to do with Ron Jeremy.
Nothing to do with Ron Jeremy.
But he's
Nothing
more
to do with
cock and
cocks or
shin.
knees.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with cocks
Yeah.
or knees. That's shocking.
Yeah, they call you that for completely different reasons.
Yeah, it's
Believe me.
because Bob's got a prosthetic limb
That's right.
and he wanks
So
off with it, just to make that clear.
Yeah. Yes. So I think I like janitor. I like meat. I do like that one.
I
That's
like
very
meat.
good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, meat, janitor, or hobby. Let's put it to the vote. Right, who votes for hobby? Put your hands up. That's one. Who votes for meat? Two. And who votes for the janitor?
Wait, I should vote for my own.
Oh, I like that as well.
Three.
I think it's going to be
It's
Janet.
in winter jacket then.
There you go. So we'll call Højbjerg the janitor from now on. Alan, we already call you that. Just put it away. You know?
Could we have a combo with the two? We could have like the meat janitor.
The meat
That,
janitor.
that sounds like the star of a gay porn movie. All right,
Or a
I'm
horror
concerned.
film.
Or a horror film, yeah, or a horror
Both.
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a guy shows up. He's
In
like,
deep
I'm the
darkest
janitor.
Arkansas,
I'm the meat janitor.
will come.
Fucker. I'm gonna
Oh wait, but the meat doctor works better, doesn't it?
The meat doctor. The meat doctor will see you now.
Or we could call it a hot meat injection.
No.
Is that too much?
Too much.
That's what
No,
Rez was
no.
just telling us what he wanted.
That was more than a mouthful. Yeah.
More than a mouthful, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Right. Enough of that. It's time for my rant. And it's gonna be VAR and refereeing and officiating. This seems to be the fucking theme for me this season. Almost every single week there's more and more. This time it happened to be in a game that we were involved with, but throughout the season it has been an absolute shit show. It has been bollocks of the highest magnitude. It has been industrial strength twattery when it comes to VAR and refereeing. And yesterday was another example. I don't actually give much of a shit as to whether or not it actually was offside or not. What I give a shit about is when you've got a goal like that late in the game, you cannot hold up the game for 4 fucking minutes just to see whether a player was a kneecap's width offside. If you cannot tell within 30 seconds, it is not a clear and obvious error. Look at your own fucking definition of what VAR is there to check. Clear and obvious cocking error. Okay? If you can't work it out within 30 seconds, it's not a clear and obvious error. So fuck you, get rid of it or use it properly. Okay? And all of these refs should be put to some kind of accountability process. I have had enough of refs getting away with it. I have had enough of refs being able to affect the mindset of thousands of people every week, day in, day out, without any kind of accountability. It is enough. Rant over.
Yeah, Rez, stop.
But what do you? How do you really feel though, man?
Keep going.
Thanks, Paul. Christian.
No, we're done. I've said my piece.
My thought about the VAR, especially for yesterday, is like, I mean, I don't want to sit here and harp on like kneecaps and shin hair and toenails. If we had gotten business taken care of in the first 45 and in the second 45, we wouldn't need the extracurricular in the 90s with some ref. I mean, like Bobby and I kind of said last night, if you spend enough time looking for something, you'll find something to
100%.
fit that hole that you're looking for.
Yep.
So, you know, I don't blame the refs. They're all fucked in the head at the end of the day, but we just got to take care of business. You put up 5-6 more chances, then who gives a shit if you're offsides in the 95th minute because you already up 4-1. That's what you should have done. So that's why I'm not too upset about the VAR call.
I do get what you're saying. I do. And I think it's important that we look beyond just what happened last night. Okay, this is not the first time that a really marginal decision has taken that long to be decided. It's not just what happened to us. It not just happened to
the game.
That particular game. Overall, right now, VAR is utterly destroying the game.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to. It could be done better.
Yep.
This is the problem. It's not the system itself that is at fault. It is those that are running it. And unfortunately, we come back to what, as I said, has been probably my favorite rant of the season, refereeing. These guys are not fit for purpose. They're not fit for purpose. And the reason they're not fit for purpose is they are not being held to any independent standard. They set their own standards. They basically say we are both gatekeeper and we are, judge, jury, and executioner for everything that happens within the sphere of officiating. There is no outside influence outside of the Premier League or the various leagues being able to ask them to review stuff, which they then do and try and find a way of essentially denigrating any responsibility. I think there has to be something, a swell from those that actually matter in football when it comes to the fans, to stand up and say, we refuse this level of refereeing.
90 seconds at very max. Like you said, clear and concise. It's got to be clear. Me and Jacob, like you said, talked about this last night. Give me 5 hours to go through my wife's phone and I will find something that will bother me that will create an issue. So if you give it enough time, you're definitely going to 100% find something. If we did this shit going back in the past, take away 80 of Jimmy Greaves' goals, take away 100 of Alan Shearer's goals, because I'm sure his fucking testicle was offside in one goal or two here and there. Yeah. His pinky toe might have been offside here and there.
I thought they were all uniballs in the 80s.
Stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, Coobs, I jumped on you there. Go ahead, Coobs.
Luca, do we think they cancelled that goal at the Bernabeu for Real Madrid when the home team really needed the goal? Exactly. I mean, Conte himself said it last night in his BT interview, saying, if it was one of the bigger clubs, would they have cancelled it? And it speaks to even if what Conte is saying is wholly inaccurate, and I'm not saying it is, I'm saying it is 100% accurate, but even if it was inaccurate, it shows how little regard for the quality of officiating the people in the game actually have. And that comes from the fact that these people are, as well she says, untouchable. Yep. You can't even criticize them in your interview. Isn't that let's talk about wider things. Isn't that a restriction of free speech? What? So a manager can't say how he feels about someone who's affected his job? Really? Conte got a red card yesterday because he lost his shit over that. And I can see why. I don't blame him in the slightest.
Nope.
This for me is too much.
Yeah, I think the best solution, if we're going to persist with VAR, which I'm totally against no matter what, but if we are going to persist with it, the solution I had was from King Arthur, Kimber's father. And he just said, why not just have 3 replays of the incident? You have one at normal speed for 5 seconds, one at slow motion for 5 seconds, and then a still shot for 5 seconds. And if you can't make a decision on that, you stick with the referee's call in the first place.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Simple. Limit it. Yeah, time limit it, or limit it in some fashion. Not leave them to just go over and over and over as long as they want. It's insane.
But for me, I'm old school, as I'm sure some of us here will be. I think scrap VAR. The only technology I've really think's worthwhile is the goal line technology, or the scoreboards being electronic. That makes sense. Show out the crowd how much time is being added on. I'm okay with that. Yeah. But otherwise, just concentrate on getting better referees. It's almost now like they depend on the VAR to make the decision for them, and I think it's just horrendous. What was wrong in the good old days? Yeah, the good old days. You used to remember great referees. You'd say, "Oh yeah," so if someone would come along and go, "Yeah, he runs a fair game. He'll let the football flow." They should then be saying, "That is your best referee. Study what he does. Go and teach it to the others. This is the style that's required." We don't get that now. And most importantly, what was wrong with the scenario where the ref made the wrong call or the linesman got it wrong, and you can just hurl abuse at them? It's all great stuff in the match.
Yeah, ruining the game. The game's being ruined.
Lino is a wanker. Yeah. I mean, that's gone out of the game now. So dreadful.
That for me, genuinely, that for me really does annoy me. This idea that you can't vent your feelings. It's almost like verboten these days. They've set themselves up to be gods. They are completely untouchable. That you
If you
can't
look-
question them. You can't. So go ahead, Jake.
I was just gonna say, if you look at other sports, though, it's not that foreign that if you speak out against the officiating, you're getting slapped with some kind of fine. Like every sport
Yes,
that I've
I
ever
know,
watched.
But I disagree with it. I disagree with that principle.
Same.
Generally,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
And
It's not. Yeah.
the other thing that bothers me about it is these guys aren't even. I don't know about in the UEFA or FIFA refereeing. Are they full time?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're professionals.
Then there's no excuse because when it's not time to be playing ball, you need to be studying who refed a good game.
Well, that's the thing. They're not professionals within for UEFA. They're not employed by UEFA stroke FIFA. They're employed by their own domestic leagues in the same way that they are.
And then
over in
UEFA
England.
picks them.
And then UEFA picks them and says, right, we would like you to also be a UEFA ref or a FIFA ref.
Okay. Well, at least there's that because here in the States, basketball and NFL, American football, the referees are part time. During the off season, they're working at FedEx. So it's like, if they
I think that's still. I think the game is still developing in certainly in the United States and North America. It's still not got to that point because
We're still developing in England. Refs are learning on the job.
No, yeah, no. The game itself. I mean, we've had
sure.
the professional game here since 1878. So it's been a while that thing. Whereas it's always been a secondary sport in the United States, so it's had less time. Whereas something like the NFL,
racism,
all of that stuff
Big time.
are the developed sports in the United States.
Soccer.
But yeah, I mean,
Soccer.
Let's go play soccer.
yeah.
I'm sorry, the English invented that word, so blame yourself for that stupid
Correct.
word. Don't blame me.
He's right. He's right. He's right. Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough football
It's
talk.
time for.
Finally,
It's time for. What's it time for, Nick?
Pornhub's greatest
The
hits.
quiz. Are you going to play the quiz, Rez, or are you
Again?
going to cheat?
No, I'm gonna administer the quiz.
Okay, I'll play the quiz then.
Okay, you can play the quiz, but you did the questions and the answers. I just
That's
thought
why-
it important.
That's
Still
why
get
I was
him wrong.
asking you if
Still
you want
get
to
him
do
wrong.
the quiz, Rez. 'Cause
No,
I know the answer.
I'm the quiz master.
Oh, fucking hell,
By,
Jesus.
What
by
you
the way,
should do-
Bobby,
what
Pornhub's
you can
greatest
do,
hits. Pornhub's greatest hits, 97,000 hours long, mate. It's not as good the second time you watch it.
You know what? It's weird though because
How
once
many
you watch
hours?
that, the amount they restrict the content that you can go into. Because I got a warning saying that you've already watched all our content, you dirty bastard, something like that. It's like go find something else. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You porn doesn't restrict me. Big up, San
Didn't they
James.
give you a prize? I would have thought that they would celebrate that. Like a company doing their 1 millionth customer or something.
It's in the mail. I'm getting a golden tissue box cover.
Oh, fantastic.
24 karat gold with my name
Is that-
etched on it, baby.
Is that to put in the back seat of your car, Bobby?
In the bus.
And the bus.
Mhm.
In the front
In the
seat
window
of the bus. Go big or go home,
Yeah.
baby.
Hey, is that why you tell people don't step behind that red line? You don't cross that red line right there.
It's a white line on our buses. So all the ugly
Racist.
folks, I go
Very
and spray
racist.
paint my own line in the middle of the bus and send the ugly people behind that one.
Premier League quiz, guys. Come on, let's
What?
do this thing. Are you
Let's do it.
ready? Are your bollocks hanging free?
Yeah, I know the answers.
Yes.
Just the two.
Yeah. Just the two.
Hmm.
The third one's still napping
Has it receded?
In the wash.
in the wash. Okay, cool. Right, let's do this thing before it does us, or before Bobby K does us.
Huh?
He's just a filthy motherfucker. So, question: Are you all ready?
Jish.
What you
Yeah,
should do
I'm ready.
is change your username. Right.
I've got a question. What does
What is your
R
question?
mean?
Is French for one.
Ah, cheers.
Okay. So, what you should do to give us your answer, change your username to the answer that you want to put, and we'll then give you some time to do that, and then reveal the answer. So, question 1: who were Tottenham's first opponents in the newly branded Premier League? Okay. Waiting on. I know that Nick's got the correct answer already typed in. All right. And
Did you send it to me, Nick?
revealing the answers, or reveal the actual correct answer was Southampton.
Oh.
And you each put Southampton, so Nick gets a point, Sheffield, Woolwich, and Bolton away. Unfortunately, you're all incorrect. It was actually Southampton.
In my own defence, I am playing the game where I write the answer before I've heard the question.
That's good. That's good. For that, you get half a point, Coover. Okay? The rest of you get 0.
I knew it started with an S. Considering English is like a second language, I should get a half a point or something, man.
Yeah, you should, but you're not going to. Question 2. Spurs won the first North London derby of the Premier League era 1-0. Who scored the goal? Okay. Just waiting for wondering what Bobby is doing. Yeah. Jacob has done well. Let's put it this way.
What'd you put, Jacob?
You about to find out.
That's a
So
long
the correct
fucking name.
answer is Clive Allen. Very good. And you each put, Nick put Clive Allen, so he gets a point. Bobby says Teddy, which is unfortunately incorrect. Jacob has put the power of Jesus Christ, which, let's be fair,
You can't say it
true
didn't.
all the time.
You can't say you
So,
didn't.
That's true.
yeah, so you get half a point for that. And Cooper has put Terry Hurlock, who I've never even heard of. So for that, he gets
Isn't that your neighbor?
nothing.
He's an old Millwall player.
There you go.
He had the sort of Cucurella hairstyle.
Goal.
Fantastic. There's a Brian Daigle. Excuse me, guys. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Before I ask the next question, you said to me, right? You explicitly said to me, Bryce, that asking questions in a quizmaster-esque style was your number one turn on. All right. So I'm offended by the fact that you can't wank off while I'm asking these questions. Okay. I'm disappointed.
Christ, honestly, in reality, you should be putting in more of an effort, bro.
Yeah,
Piss
I'm
off,
actually disappointed. Okay. Question 3. When Tottenham host Per sensationally signed World Cup superstar Jurgen Klinsmann in 1994, where did the German striker request his first press conference be held? Jacob, on this occasion, you probably can't put you probably can't put the power of Jesus Christ, because that's not actually a place. That's more of a concept.
Says you.
There's a place called the Power of Jesus Christ.
That's right, and all are welcome.
Actually, there is. That's at Weston and Lawrence.
Oh, okay. Fine. Okay, so Jacob, if you want to put the power of Jesus Christ, that's absolutely fine.
I actually got the correct answer pulled up, so you can just appreciate the next answer I chose. Jesus Christ is my wild card. That's my. If I don't know anything about when the Premier League era first started, so I'm just gonna say Jesus Christ did it.
Fair enough. Okay, the correct answer was that's not the correct answer. The correct answer is a diving school. Apparently, get the joke, everyone. Ha ha ha! Very good, excellent humor there, Jurgen. Nick put a diving school, so he gets a point. Bobby put Nando's. I don't think that Nando's actually existed in the UK when Klinsmann actually played for us. If we're being honest.
Then sorry, I'll change to McDonald's.
Yeah, too late. Jacob has put. I just blew my load when you had that. There you go. Always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure. I need to. Yeah. So hosted at Spur Stadium. It's a good effort, Jacob. I like it, but unfortunately, it's wrong.
Damn.
And Coover, a power cut. He requested his first press conference be held at a power cut.
There are some drawbacks with anticipating what the question is going to be. I must admit.
That is true. That is true. I'm impressed.
You do you, Cooper. Don't let the man hold you back, brother.
Right. Yeah, Damn right.
Purely on grammatical terms, I think, it's a bit of a problem. I think. Apologies for that, Kuba. I appreciate the effort. I do.
I did capitalise and everything.
I know you did. But unfortunately, the rules is rules. I wouldn't be able to show my face.
I thought there were no rules here.
Exactly. I wouldn't be able to show my face at the Internet Quizmasters Guild ever again if I let that one through. I'm sorry, I can't. Question 4. Which player has made the most Premier League appearances for Spurs? You should all get this. Apart from Nick, I think Nick needs to get it wrong. If everyone else gets it right, he should get it wrong. Okay. I don't know if Bobby's going to change his answer.
I tweaked mine a little.
Yeah.
Yes. Am I spelling it right?
Okay. Yep. Excellent. Good. Okay. So the answer is Hugo Lloris. And each of you has put, Nick has put Flappy Bird. Sorry, Hugo Lloris. So he gets a point. Jaspreet Perryman. You see, Premier League, Bobby, not First Division.
It's Indian Premier League. I didn't know if it's English Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Kuva's put Dazza. No longer true. He used to be, but not anymore. It's now Hugo. And Jacob has put the Golden Cock and the Ball. Was
it in every game?
I guess. Yeah. That's
at least every home game.
Yeah, true. For that, you get half a point.
Fuck yeah.
I think. Okay. I forgot. So sorry, no, that's the wrong one. You got each of you got nothing for question 3, didn't you?
No, I got
there we go.
I got it right. Thank you.
Apart from Nick, obviously, yeah, Nick got it right. Right, question 5, as the Germans would never say. Which Spurs tops the Premier League charts for goals, assists, and shots in 2020, 2021? Is that combined though, Nick, or is that like each one individually?
Combined, yeah.
Combined, yeah. So which Spurs player topped the Premier League charts for goals?
Each one, yeah. So the most goals, the most assists, the most shots, yeah.
And most shots in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, are you not going to send answers?
No, Bobby, because you should have got this one and the last one right. So at least.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know the quiz was going to be about football.
I'll ask the question again.
My Pornhub stuff.
I will ask you the question again, and please pay attention. Which Spurs player topped the Premier League charts for goals, assists, and shots in 2020-21? Okay, all right. The answer was Harry Kane. And you each put Harry Kane, so Nick gets a point. Hyung Sing Son, so Bobby gets nothing. Jacob's put Harry Ballsack Kane, so I think for that he gets an extra point on that. And Coover has put Molten Brown, which I like very much, so I'm going to give him a point for that one.
Yes.
Alexander has put Emerson Royale, and so he's disqualified from the human race. Let's look at the scores at the halfway point. At the halfway point, Bobby has stormed to the back with 0 points.
Racist.
Jacob, Coover is bringing up third. Oh yeah, with a point and a half.
Oh yeah.
Jacob, surprisingly for him, because he doesn't do well usually on Shelfside Spurs Show quizzes, has got 3 points out of 5. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
And in the lead with 5 points out of 5 is obviously Nick. There's no unfairness here at all. Okay. And no, it's not Dan's Nan Ben. On to question 6. During the title challenge of the 2015-16 season, what was the longest stretch of games that Spurs went unbeaten? And you can go plus or minus 2 If you're within plus or minus 2, you get half a point. If you get it exactly right, you get a full point. All right.
I think I'm going to have a serious stab at this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I refer to as my sex life.
I don't trust Kuva to have a serious stab at it.
Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. But he'll probably be correct by accident.
Yeah.
Okay, so the correct answer, let's see if anyone's got the thing. Ben has come close with 114 and a smoked salmon bagel. Yes, that's not bad. The actual correct answer is 14. And you've each put, Nick has put 114 minus 100 equals a 14, so that's technically correct, so he gets a point. Lisa Ann Legend 8 from Bobby K. I know who Lisa Ann is. I wouldn't give her an 8. I'd give her 1.
She's an 11. She's an 11.
Yeah.
That's
Kuva has put minus
status
3,
there.
which is an excellent answer, and I'm going to give him half a point for that. Jacob.
I was going to put 12. I'm pissed. I was going to put 12. I'm pissed.
Come on, make an effort, mate.
My original thought was 69. But
although 14 is the correct answer, Welsh's answer, I think, is pure, is the essence of 100% correctness. She's put Gandhi. So I think Welsh.
I knew I loved Welshie.
And he gets 400 billion points on that one. So well done, Welshie. So on to question numero 7, which isn't Jacob had a lucky shower. Not the question. That is not the question. This is the question. On the 29th of December 2007, Spurs claimed an epic 6-4 victory over Reading. Berbatov scored 4 of the goals. Can you name the other 2 goal scorers?
I was going to just title them goals.
Yes, that's why I said goal scorers, because yes, the other 2 were also just goals. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if anyone's got it in the comments. Alexander not really helping his qualification back to the human race stakes here. Okay, here we go. So the answer was a favourite of ours here on Shelfside Spurs Show, Steve Malbronk, as well as Jermaine Defoe were the other 2. And you've each put Malbronk and Defoe, so Nick gets a point. Keane, Genus, and Mia Khalifa. Just wrong on many, many levels for that one, Bobby.
Mia doesn't want to be remembered for her videos either, so she said.
No, that's right.
I'm promoting her new.
They painted the
new
cock,
site.
says Kuba. That again, sort of veering wildly away from nouns or proper nouns to statements. And 2 dudes, 1 lily white by Jacob, which I would worry if a video like that existed. If I'm being honest, I would be.
You're in it.
You want to see it? Hold on.
Yeah.
Pull it up for you real quick.
Can you stop giving my secrets away live on the fucking stream, Bobby? Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to.
Sorry.
You
know my Tourette's how it works, and my English is not so good. Nobody believes what I say, anyways.
It's round about the 17,000 hour mark on Best of Pornhub.
Yeah. So if you go and check,
closer to 19.
You'll see it.
It's closer to 19. Yeah.
Anyway, question 8. In the 2016-17 season, Spurs finished second, their highest Premier League finish. Which 2 sides did they score 6 and 7 goals against, respectively, in the final 2 games of that season? Anyone in the comments got the answer? Let's have a look. It's certainly not this.
Does somebody have the answer? Hold on. I just want to wait before I finish typing. Oh no.
You see,
I am
Emerson,
sorry.
do you
I
think-
missed I apologize. It's going to have to be my last answer. I missed an appointment. I have an appointment with my son at 2, so I'm like 20 minutes late to this appointment. It's online, but yeah,
Well,
Okay,
got some physical
that's
therapy.
cool.
I'm a little
That's
late
cool.
for it,
We'll get
but I
to
do
the
want you
answer,
to.
in which case, very quickly, the answer is Leicester City and Hull City, and you've each put Leicester City and Hull City. That was a complete cheat, Bobby. Shut up. Hull and Leicester Alliance fixed interest rates. Yeah, that's good.
That's what
QPR
Alan said.
Ventures. Excellent. That's fine. That's good. So Nick gets a point. Kuva gets a point. Jacob, unfortunately, get none. So after 8 questions, just to finish it, and then we'll ask the 2 bonus. Jacob, you didn't actually make up on your good form at the beginning. You stayed on 3 points out of 8. So that was a bit disappointing. That puts you back into the third. That puts you back into 3rd place, although you did finish in front of Bobby. So that's
Hey,
fine.
I'm in the same position as Spurs. I can lose all I want, but we're still in 3rd, baby.
We're still in 3rd, absolutely. Kuva has taken over. He's now got 4 points from 8, and Nick is well ahead in the lead with 8 points out of 8 at the moment. Should we ask the last 2 questions after Jacob's gone, or should we?
let's just find out where everyone can find Jacob because he's already late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're already late. Who cares?
United Spurs of America. You can find me there. We do shows. We have every Friday 7:30 UK, 12:30 Mountain Standard Time. That's 2:30 p.m. if you're on the East Coast here in America. We do a live Friday show, a little preview every week. So hopefully, if y'all 4 want to join Michael and I tomorrow, just let me know and we can make it happen. So
We shall.
all right.
We'll let you know.
Big up, boys. Thanks for the
Have a
invite.
good one,
Sorry, I
Beck.
got to
Thanks
bounce
for coming
early.
on, mate.
There you go.
Not a problem.
Alan says he gives me 10 points for dedication to the quiz for being late.
Yeah.
I sacrificed my family for this quiz.
Yeah,
All right, go, Jacob, go.
My wife's
Take care,
gonna-
buddy.
Love
You
you.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take care,
Thanks
Jacob.
very much.
My wife's gonna.
Right.
His wife is literally sat outside, like, where the fuck are you?
Where the fuck is he? Yeah. Question 9 then. Who scored both goals in Spurs' 2-0 away victory versus Man City in the 1993-94 season? Bear in mind, it doesn't actually matter if you get the answers correct because we already know who's won this one. It's already been predetermined. But do carry on.
I will. No, never mind. I'm going for a different answer, but the real answer is it would please Ben Kaufman, wouldn't it?
What was your name again?
It would, and he is in the chat, and he's not wonderfully well at the moment. Hope you feel better soon, Ben. Big up to you, mate.
Big up, Ben.
So yeah, maybe just sacrifice for Ben this time.
Alexander Hill, and that's a good one.
I want to say big K, little K cardboard box.
No comment. Bean and brew.
No comment. What?
Is somebody going to put the right answer so I can at least get 1
I'm
point here?
waiting for Kuva.
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking about in
I'm
the
done.
chat.
Oh, you're done. Oh, okay. So the correct answer
Probably.
was Jason Dazelle. And you each put, Jason Dazelle was correct.
Yeah.
Jacob's late lol, Paul Stewart. Yes, good. I like it. I'm going to give a full point
Half
for
a
that
point,
one.
right? Yeah, of
Wrong.
course you are. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
white.
Yeah,
Bobby,
right is right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
white
absolutely.
is
White
right.
is right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
white is right. Yeah.
Sanjay and
You
Lisa
mighty
Lips.
whitey. Stick the brown guy in the
I think-
corner.
So the answer was
That's
one
four of us.
person.
Everybody's in the
You
corner.
put- Yeah, you put 2 people, and now you're complaining that you didn't get a point.
But they look at
You
the
know,
place down here.
come on.
You fucking cheat.
Come
Sorry.
on, right? There you go. That's better.
He
Question
kicked
10.
himself.
He kicked himself because
Nice.
he's a good lad. Jerry
Did I get
Francis
did I
is
get a
fourth
point
game.
or no?
You're still in the fucking
No.
corner, Bobby K. Look, if I
Yeah,
remove,
he's putting you in the corner.
you're
That's
in the
okay.
corner. If I remove
Yes,
this,
but now I moved into the white neighborhood.
you're in
You're
the
still in
corner.
the
Now I'm back
corner.
in the bottom ghetto.
You're not in the
Still in
corner.
the corner. Yeah. Stop griping about it. Yeah.
I
in a
will
square.
gripe when I want to gripe because I pocket a can. It is my right to
I've
gripe.
told you before. Okay, Shelfside Spurs Show is an equal discriminatory employer. All right. We
Hey,
discriminate.
look, you
against
can't tell me
everyone.
what to do anymore. You signed
Okay.
the papers saying I was a free man.
Listen. As a person of color, we will discriminate against you because we discriminate against people of non-color as well. All right.
I'm colored.
Yeah.
That's for you to decide. Whatever you identify as. All
That
right.
explains a lot of
Whatever
things that
you
happened at the
identify
airport.
as, we will discriminate against it. Okay. Especially those fucking Iranians. Anyway, question 10. Jerry Francis's first game in charge of Spurs in 1994-95 was at home to Aston Villa. What was the final score?
I better put in a new answer, hadn't I? I think I might know this one.
Yeah, do you think?
I think I might because it's one of those easy to remember type unusual score lines. There's a clue.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm right.
If you're right. Mm-hmm. And Bobby? Okie doke. And the correct answer was 4-3 to Villa. And Nick got it right. Kuva got it right. Bobby K, no, but I will give you half a point for the Ron Jeremy brace.
Finally,
Okay.
on the board. On the board! Don't call it a comeback.
There you go. Okie doke. So after 10 questions, in last place with half a point out of 10.
He's the bloody Indian, isn't it?
Okay. Half a point, Bobby. Maybe put down the Pornhub and watch some football next time.
Why?
Just possibly. Actually,
Come
what am I
on,
saying?
we've seen how we're playing. I'd recommend the other way round.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Actually, put more.
Don't give that kind of crazy advice to my kids when they're online either, okay?
I won't. Next is Jacob, who unfortunately, because he had to leave, stayed on 3 points out of 10. Then Kuva comes in next with 4 points. And Nick has got 10 points.
I'm
really
surprised
well
he doesn't get a
played.
fucking bonus 12.
But you
22
didn't
out of
win,
10.
Nick. You didn't win.
Bobby,
Because if you remember,
Wait a minute.
I
Sorry to
awarded-
interrupt, Reds, but it's quite importantly,
yeah.
Bobby, we're on VAR duty today, so I think we will probably find we were joint first.
Technically, yes. I just
Unfortunately,
looked at it. Yes.
it's very difficult because if you guys remember, I said that Welsh gal had the most perfect answer with Gandhi and awarded her 400 billion points.
Yeah.
So Welshie's actually the winner.
Big up,
of the
Welshie.
quiz, 400 billion points. So round of applause for Welshie. Very well played. Excellent play.
Well
Round
deserved.
of applause.
What are you doing? Were you doing prayers for me?
A
No,
round,
round of applause. Round of applause.
Round
Yeah,
of circle.
Well, I think all three
Yeah,
of us would stand up and just say it.
Seriously,
You-
put the
you could-
Pornhub down.
You could also do big hand for the winner.
Big hand for the winner. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Big hand for the winner. Like it. Yeah. Excellent
Why do I
stuff.
have so much
Fantastic.
calluses?
And the
You
seal
do.
of approval.
I watched that
Right.
one earlier.
So on Saturday, it is Saturday, isn't it? Yes, it's Saturday. We are playing Bournemouth, and myself and Ranjit will be doing the watch along on We Are Tottenham TV. So do please tune in for that. Score predictions, lads. Score predictions. Kuva, what do you see? What does your far-sighted vision tell you is going to happen?
5-0 either way or anything scoreline in between.
Excellent.
To be honest, I kind of don't care at the moment. I just want to see a performance. Just do something that's exciting. That'll be good. So let's see. We are the home team, aren't we? So
No.
we're not.
No,
Damn
we're
it.
away.
Throw away.
Oh well, in that case, we're probably going to lose it 1-0.
There you go. 1-0 loss, Bobby. Bobby.
If we start with the same starting 11 we had yesterday, then 1-1 draw. If Brian Hill starts, the superstar legend, 7-0 Spurs.
Okay. Nick?
Now, honestly, I think we should be able to get a result there. So I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0. Okay. Nick?
We Bournemouth is a bit like a Brighton away. We've apart obviously, I know there was that time where we kind of beat them 5-0, and everything. Sibley's comment, this is brilliant. Look out for them. Look, they are one of the teams. I remember when we were in the obviously going for the league, and we went there. We got a draw. Someone got sent off. I think it was Sonny got sent off. Did he? Or someone got sent off. And it's never easy. But I am going for a 2-1 Spurs win.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to do my usual deluded thing. I'm going to say 4-1 Spurs. And let's have your predicted lineups, gents.
Oh, we're doing predicted lineups. I'll put that because I think anyone could be asked.
Yeah, if you can be asked, do you reckon? Who do you reckon? Are we going to see massive changes? A couple of changes? No changes? What do you reckon? We'll go the same order. Kuba.
Honestly, couldn't care less at the moment. Just chuck on anyone. Doesn't matter. Yep. It's all about players that have played for years, putting in a shift and acting like they're a top of the table, top end Premiership football team. See if they can manage that. We'll be all right then.
Yeah. Okay. Bobby, do you want to?
Sorry,
you want to put a predicted lineup?
No, sorry. Just my Pornhub access was just they let me back in, so I was just.
Oh, fantastic! That's good.
That's good. What were we talking about? Football. I'd like to see. I'd like to see Hill get a crack, and if we're going to give him a crack, then I'd like to see Spence get a crack. Why not? So, other than that, there's not really much else. Maybe Basuma comes in for either Højbjerg or Bentancur. It's not the same as Jacob. Yeah, he just says it so well. Maybe Basuma and Skip both come in. Maybe we start seeing that partnership start developing. I'd really like to see Hill start and see if all the people that have hyped all this massive praise on him, if he's worthy of it or not. And the only way we're going to find out is if we see the guy play again. So let's see what the boy can bring.
I suppose if we're going with lineups we'd like to see, then I'll go with prime Gareth Bale, prime David Ginola. Perhaps we'll have a back line: Ledley King, Jan Vertonghen, and Toby Alderweireld. That'll do. We'll try that one.
Who plays in the middle? Okay. Toby or Jan?
Ledley.
Toby in the middle.
Ledley in the middle.
Ledley King. Ledley King in the middle. Toby and Jan either side.
Okay.
It's back three.
Oh, then who's
I'm just off again.
Toss Stewart in the midfield. There you go.
There you go. Ranjula, would you reckon?
Yes.
Yes, what?
What was the question?
Predicted.
Your Pornhub access just came back too, right? See, it wasn't only me.
So
you brought that banner up.
I would like Timothy Atuba to start at the weekend.
Nice. Yep.
Followed by
Raziak.
Ronnie Rosenthal,
Paul Stalteri,
Ian Walker, Pascal Chimbonda, and then a few others.
No Andy Booth.
No.
What about Andy Reid?
Okay, yeah, be a bit of a luxury player he is, really.
Yeah.
What about Tongi and Ndombele?
No. Apparently he's got a shift at the local McDonald's in Italy this weekend.
Oh, so he's busy. Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Otherwise, I'd have picked him. And Harry Winks is also he's like you always see in McDonald's the 80-year-old woman that cleans all the tables. That's what Harry Winks' job is now. So
Harry Winks, an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Do they actually have a McDonald's in Italy, or do they just scowl at something like that?
I don't know. I'm sure they do.
There's lots of them.
I'm sure Iggy would confirm or deny. Not that he's been.
No,
to
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Ben's here. Ben's always in Italy.
Do,
No,
do
no,
they,
Ben.
do
Ben.
Yeah.
they sort of tailor it to the local area though, like McDonaldini or something, or
McDonald Iggy.
Sounds like a player who played for Celtic at some point.
And Andrew Gregory's gone for his lineup here.
Hugo, Walker, Jan, Ledley, Toby, Danny Rose, Dembele, Ericsson, Son, Kane, and Kulu. Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
Okay, so a regular viewer has written in to say, can I get a good luck, guys? I put it in a submission to be promoted to captain in the army. Crossing my fingers, haha. Yeah, best of
Good
luck,
luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck,
guys. Yeah.
Good luck,
Absolutely.
guys. You want a good luck, guys?
Yeah.
Also, good luck, guys. He says, "Can I get a good luck, guys? Good luck, guys." Come on.
Yeah, no, that's
But
that's
if you
correct.
want
That's
good luck, guys,
that's-
does he technically is he
that's
talking to Carl?
grammatically
Maybe.
correct. That is grammatically correct, Nick. You're
Good luck,
absolutely
guys.
right. If you wanted just the good luck, should have been a comma before the guys. Okay, coach. So you get what you ask for on this show. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
No, best of luck to you, mate. Hope it comes
Big
through.
up, coach.
Got your fingers crossed.
Good
Very
luck,
big
coach.
up to you, mate.
Let us know how you
Um,
get on. When do you find out, coach?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, when do you find out? Let us know. Okay.
and if,
we got
and if
left?
that gives you the ability to enforce conscription, can you take Emerson and Doherty, please?
Please,
Oh, please,
please.
please. Really, really, please. What have we got left? Nicholas?
We got nothing left.
Excellent.
We got nothing.
Fabulous.
Paul, I mean, we can laugh at
Nothing.
someone. We can laugh at
Wow.
someone.
Listen, right now, we are, as Spurs supporters, we are not in a position to laugh at fucking anyone.
Yeah, let's
we
not
really aren't.
Let's not.
We're
do that.
really not. Yeah.
Could laugh at
right,
Spurs.
okay.
No, we
Yeah,
got some
could laugh
serious
at
stuff. Though.
Spurs, yeah.
Sorry, Coos, quickly. Pornhub just uploaded 3,700 new videos.
Just grab your Kleenex, do what you usually do.
Wow, over 900,000 hours of viewing. Oh, fuck yeah, baby.
Yeah, you can do it, mate. You just if you subscribe, they will deliver in bulk.
Yeah, we have to pay.
Yeah, it's the price you got to do
Yeah,
that, isn't it?
there's you get something for it. It's not, you're not paying for something that you're not
Still 30
getting.
people fucking watching this.
Can you?
Why?
You know,
What?
we're it's the
Because
it's the
they're
saga of
porn-
the Pornhub subscription.
Exactly.
It's the saga of the Pornhub. At the end of every story, you need the denouement. You know, you need the resolution of it. You know, and there's that as well. You know, yeah.
Big up Pornhub.
Big up Pornhub.
Big up
Big up Henry.
Big up, Henry. Right, Kuva, where can we find you if we want to stalk you and wonder about your sexual proclivities?
Well, it would have to be Saturday night on Bob Spur TV, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's the only place for that kind of stuff, unless it's Sunday
Absolutely.
evening as well with Bobby K at 10:30.
Okay.
I'll
Fantastic.
also be on a debut segment on Sava's channel where we're doing a roundup of the week's Spursiness, if there is any, or non-Spursiness, if there isn't.
Amazing.
So we're doing that with the Sava, Dave Harris from Irish Hotspur, and Sean Butler. So a bit of a variation in views on the club and where we go with things. So we'll try and keep that one at least civil if we can't agree.
There you go. Good. Best of luck to you on that endeavor.
Good luck, coach. Good luck,
I
coach.
already said to Sava, it's probably going to work out as Sean will ask a question. And by the time he finishes asking that question and then David has a rant at it, it's time to wrap up.
Exactly. So quite a basic format.
Yes. Minimalist.
Yeah, absolutely. Spartan. And Bobby K, where can we find you? We already know about your sexual proclivities and your stalkers, so we don't need any further information. Where can we find you?
Sunday is iffy
He's already
because
got the joystick out. Look, you can see it just poking the joystick just over the top there. That he's going to use to navigate. Look at it, ridiculous. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
no, they're
Come in.
from my nose, really.
Oh, Rez, you know you've made it when
Yeah,
you got bots in the chat.
When you got bots in the chat. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Disco.
Absolutely.
Oh man, can we just enjoy this moment? See all that searching I was doing on Pornhub on the other site there. You're welcome.
You've helped
Welcome.
us. That's really helpful.
Yeah, looks like honestly, I Coos, like I messaged earlier. I unfortunately right now because of my work schedule, I don't know what the hell I'm doing on Sunday until 5 p.m. on Saturday. So I hope
We
Coos
may or
will
we
be
may
back.
not. That's fine.
We may not. It'll be a fucking surprise for
flexible,
everybody.
yeah.
It's like Christmas. You don't know when you're going to get. Maybe we're there. Maybe we're
But
not there.
usually when
Usually Sunday
Usually
nights,
when?
5:30 p.m. Eastern time, 10:30 p.m. UK time.
GMT.
Coov and the Kangs. That's our fun evening weekend wrap up there. Me and Coovs like to have lovely guests as yourselves on and just have a little bit of a laugh. Go through the scores and everything. The ones we want to talk about, we do. The rest we just fuck it. And
Okay.
yeah, fuck it. And the kids have taken over off the pitch. They do their own version of OTP, and they've kidded it down a bit, and it's just pretty much a lot more fun. And they got some interesting questions. So if anything, get on over to the Three Spurs boys and give the kids some love. That is something I would much appreciate.
Fantastic. And Ranjula, where can we find you next?
We are Tottenham TV.
What?
And we are Tottenham TV.
Yeah, I'm in as my second right. It will be. It's been a mammoth month of watch-alongs that culminates in me and Rez being finally back together, doing the watch-along for the Bournemouth game on Saturday. Yeah, you can find me. I think I'm going to go full throttle again. There's going to be some damage to the studio. There might be some damage to myself, but also I really want to say big up to those channels trying to compete with us on a Thursday, flip-flopping their way through life. You tried, but like Henry Wright, who went up against us a couple of weeks ago, he's decided it was in his best interest to not do it again. So those two channels that were streaming at the same time, good luck to you. And when you want to not do it again next Thursday, we understand because
we do.
You went for it, you tried it. Ultimately, you will fail because the 7:30 slot is ours. And that's the bottom line because I think KPV said so.
Ranjit said so.
Ranjit said so, yeah.
Absolutely. And to wrap up our usual, thanks to everyone who tuned in and especially those of you in the chat who have commented and given us your filthy thoughts that we absolutely adore. We'll go through them. That was Chris, Coover, Andy G, Luca, Welshie, Ben Kaufman, Mark Cousins, Bob Spur, Sophie, Alan Sibley, Mark Swift, Iggy, Jake, Five Guys, Stuart, Peter, Paddy, Juan, Nomad, Alan Harris, Kelvin Fletcher, Phil P. Woo! Greg, Rob Belcher, Alex Hilton, Jacob, who also came on, Barda THFC, Brian Daigle, Paul Brown, Full Ball, Wayne Holland, Darius Bryce, and coming up last, Coach TPM. Hopefully soon, Captain Coach TPM. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Triple X69.
Oh, and Triple X69, of course.
Top is.
Really. Just has to be mentioned a number of times. Thank you very much. Absolutely wonderful to have you guys. Thank you very much for coming on the show, and also for Bryce for lubricating the show. I think is probably lubricating the show. Definitely, without Bryce, there would be no slippage.
Some people don't give a toss about the show, but he clearly does.
He clearly does. He gives many tosses about the show, which is always wonderful to see. Thank you to you guys. Big up to you in the chat. And as always, Come on, you
Come on,
Spurs.
Spurs.
Go on, you Spurs.